Well, I'm sorry that you feel that way. God is not for losers. God is real. I don't know why you would say something like that. Be at least somewhat respectful of somebody's belief. If you don't believe, that's whatever. I'm not trying to force anything down your throat, but just be respectful of somebody who does believe, okay? You know, it's interesting. People can't be respectful, be kind, be loving. No, we have to post things like this. Like, come on now. How would you like if somebody did that to you? You wouldn't like it. It would hurt. How do you think it feels when people do that to us? I get that the Bible says, Jesus said that they hated him first, so they'll hate us as Christians, and that's whatever, I get that. But I just wonder why you waste the time to leave a comment like that. And I'm praying that you find the Lord. I really am. Because here's the thing. You could accept him today, be saved. He would soften your heart. Your life would start changing. I can assure you that it wouldn't be a decision you'd ever regret, and I pray that you do it one day soon, because time is slowly running out, we are getting closer and closer to Christ's return. I'm not somebody that claims to know the day or year or anything like that, but I just know looking at everything outside, we are getting closer to his return and time is slowly running out, so but I pray that you find the Lord before it's too late, Because I'll tell you something. If you don't have Jesus, well, I really hate to say it and think about it, but eternity won't be looking so good for you, unfortunately. It's a sad thing to think about, but those who reject God, God's going to reject them and they're going to perish, unfortunately. Which I pray does not happen with you. I pray that you find the Lord and that you change your mentality and see that your statement above is very, very false, But God is not for losers at all. In fact, only a strong man can worship God and keep his faith in him. It's not for sissies. But you have a great and blessed day. I love you. I'm praying for you.